Hey little hoes, my name is Kristen and welcome back to my channel. So this morning I woke up and said I should do an update video on my recent purchase from New Life Tropicals. Some things have done pretty well and some things have not, and I just kind of wanted to show you both the good and bad that can occur when you import plants, and it's kind of par for the course. So yeah, let's get into it. And as you guys may remember, I did put all the babies in damp sphagnum when I got them. In my experience, at least from Ecuagenera, a lot of times you will have to do some rehab, and the roots are kind of so-so when you get them, especially if there's some rot involved, as with this billet. Now, I did do a stories on my Instagram when I kind of discovered this guy was on a quick decline, and it is highlighted so you guys can go and watch that if you choose. But there's really not much left here. This leaf is on its way out, obviously. It's very pretty with the stripes going on there, but it's dying. I think I probably pulled off like 3 or 4 other leaves. There is still that new growth in the center, which hopefully isn't too stunted. And there's this leaf, which I think will probably be holding on at least for another week, I'm hoping. This guy, I do have him now in the sunroom. It was in the bathroom, which was great for humidity, but I think right now it needs to soak up as much sunlight as it can to try and recover. So I have it still in this jar, and I'm thinking it's staying slightly too damp for my liking, considering what I'm working with root system wise. So I have this aquatic pot. They use this for pond plants, fish tank plants, and some people will do orchids in them as well. So I'm going to fill this thing with the sphagnum, put him back in here so that hopefully he'll still get that dampness, but a little bit more air circulation. This is by far the worst of them. Number 2, and I haven't unpotted him to see what's going on. We've got some yellowing leaves on this blinding light syngonium. This was the oldest. This is the newest. They look kind of crap. I'm not gonna probably take all of these guys out, just because I think everyone else is kind of happy. There are a few mushy roots in here, which I'm going to take out right now. I'm not going to take off too much because I think some of it will recover. I don't know if you guys can see right there. It's probably not in focus, but that is a new root. All fuzzy. So it's working pretty good. I may poke a couple of holes in this guy too, just for a little added air circulation. Oops, well, that went well. A big air hole. Well, you know what? Never mind. The one air hole, I'm sure, will be lots of benefit. I just swept, guys, this morning, doing some chores in the house, and naturally, of course, I just dropped a whole bunch of sphagnum all over my clean floor. I'm just gonna chop off this old leaf. There's no need for it. This youngest leaf I think is gonna die, but I'm gonna give it a chance to soak in as much sunlight as possible. Okay, moving on. This one is my Philodendron by Penifolium, Hammerhead Gold. And guys, do you see that? Those are all new roots. They're all fuzzy and delightful and probing around in that moss. This is kind of the best case scenario with an imported plant. And it's even got a new baby. It did come with this little start, and it's grown a little bit. He's hanging out in the bathroom and quite happy. This is Mr. Florida Ghost. And again, I am not going to take this guy out. He's still relatively damp in there, so I'm gonna try to just make sure he doesn't get too oversaturated. There is a baby, don't know if you can see it, started right in there. It hasn't really dropped any foliage. It seems to be doing pretty good, and in my experience, and I think this is like a Pedatum squamiferum hybrid variation Florida Ghost, I think it's gonna be just fine. They are so vigorous, at least squamiferum and what I've seen of the Pedatum. I don't even know if this is all gonna fit in screen. This is the Philodendron Lime Fiddle, and he's doing well. And my dudes, look at that new growth right there, that wonky new growth. It does have a few nasty leaves. There's one here that I'm just gonna cut off. There's some tip damage on this one, which I think it was kind of damaged when I got it. I'm just gonna cut that off. Looks stupid, I know, but this guy just ready to come out. Okay. And again, damp, but I don't think too damp. It's kind of hard to tell in this green glass if there's any roots developing, new roots. But he hasn't really skipped a beat. And lastly, the Coppertone Sansevieria Kirkya. And I'm still waiting. You guys know, I've said it before, a lot of imported plants will have some hang time. If they arrive looking good, that doesn't mean they'll stay looking good. But this guy hasn't missed a beat. He literally probably just like woke up and was like, oh, fuck, I'm in a different country. You can't tell it. So I'm gonna repot this billieti in here, keep him in the sunroom, and fingers crossed, guys, I'm sure hoping he recovers, because this is one I've been wanting for a long time. But that's kind of the reality of importing plants. You're gonna have some wins and losses, and if majority of what you get turns out good, then overall it should be considered a good experience. And I think my new life still is that. I will keep you guys updated on how they continue to do, when I'm going to repot them, etc. And I hope you all are staying safe. Hi, Billy. Hi. Staying safe, healthy, and sane. And I will talk to you all soon. Goodbye.